Can we get another round of applause for that hot girl in the video? That's my wife, Mackenzie. Okay, so in 2014, we had this dumb idea to make elastic wallets and start selling them. And we were living out in Hawaii, and we moved back to Provo, and we started living in my in-laws' home. And these are some of the pictures in there, taking over their living room. We were cutting, we were sewing, Mackenzie was making all the wallets. I was pressing, there was fumes everywhere. My mother-in-law was cutting while watching Netflix. It was quite the storm. And then we moved about a year. Where am I pointing this at? This isn't working. Where am I going? Oh, there we are. We moved into our home. It's a little cottage just right around the corner. We have our dirt basement where I started pressing, and our 10 by 10 bedroom where we were doing everything else. And that was just right by Will's Pit Stop on University Avenue. Then we decided to move to a strip mall right off University Ave, right by Maggleby's and 180 Tacos. That was our first office, thanks to my father-in-law, who gave us a little loan to actually start renting and some of the furniture and things. You can see Mackenzie was pregnant there. And then we moved, thanks to Tom and Anders Taylor. I don't know if they're here, but thank you for restoring the Bright Building. We moved into the Bright Building in South Provo, and we started building our team. So that was office numero 4. And then now we're in South Provo still, right adjacent to the startup building. And you can see we've done a lot with our office. It's a very creative environment. We love that area. And you might be asking, why would you move to Provo, Utah when you're living in Laie, North Shore, Oahu, and you have this as your backyard, quite literally? And the answer was pretty easy. Cheap rent. My in-laws didn't charge us rent. Exceptional people. Pretty obvious that this room is filled with just extraordinary people. And I knew that because I went to BYU, and I got a taste of that. Next one, exceptional business. We were very intentional, actually, about moving to Provo, because we could have started and kept our business going in Hawaii. But when we thought about this, we thought there's so much energy, there's so much good business, good network to lean on when we're so young and trying to figure this out. So thanks to all the mentors that are out there that helped us along our way. And then obviously exceptional recreation. We live right at the mouth of Provo Canyon, 15 minutes from Sundance, floating the river. I love to skateboard, so thanks for Provo Plaza. The Provo Rec Center, we spend days there in the wintertime at the pool. As you guys know, I'm just preaching to the choir, but it has some of the best recreation. And don't forget the educational system. We have 3 little girls, a 7-year-old, 4-year-old, 1-year-old, and we are grateful that we have an exceptional educational system that they're in. And my favorite, exceptional kolaches. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Hruska's right across the street. Where am I at? This way. Get your best kolaches you'll ever taste. So I wanted to give you a quick update on where Thread is today. We have expanded outside of just the wallet category, but this is our array of wallets. Next slide, we have bags. So we have our crossbody bags, fanny packs, tote bag, a mini backpack, and more to come this year. And some fun accessories like lanyards, our keychain clip, lip balm holder, and AirPod cases. This was a really fun time. 2019 to 2021, we were just head down and just grinding and trying to just, make this work. We were hiring a team and figuring things out. And Mackenzie submitted for the Inc. 5000 list, and we just didn't know where we would sit on that. And we thought if we made the list, if we were somewhere in the 5,000, we would be just absolutely stoked. And you look at this number, 104, and that came back, and we were just jaw-dropped how fast we had grown. And thanks to Provo, we should give that nod to just supporting that and having the people here to lean on. And then again, this is the same screenshot. That was supposed to be a different screenshot. We were on it twice in a row, so that was awesome. We have 11 retail locations, one in University Place Mall, so if you haven't seen that, go there. In Salt Lake, we have our City Creek location. My favorite part of the business is the collaborations we get to do. This is one with an influencer called Summer McKean. Here's maybe some of the other brands that you might know. Brixton is one of my favorite brands. You can just kind of flip through these. Cotopaxi is a Utah-based company. The North Face, if you've ever heard of them. Free People, I'm sure every woman in the audience knows what Free People is. That was last year, so that was a huge feat. And in 2020, we launched a campaign called Carry On, which obviously hints towards the carry accessories that we sell. But when the world was hurting, and through COVID, we wanted to put out inspiring stories of resilience and triumph over these conflicts and trials. And so, at the same time, and I'm sure everyone could get up here and share the stories that they had, my mom was going through a really rough time. She had dealt with alcoholism for my entire life, and she had a really bad relapse at this point. She lost her job, and she just started this crazy binge cycle of waking up and drinking and passing out. And this picture, unfortunately, it's one of the saddest photos I ever had to take, and I almost felt guilty taking it. But I felt as I was taking that her story was inspiring and that she would overcome it. And about a month after this picture was taken, she checked herself into rehab, and she got sober, and she's been sober ever since. So if we can just give my mom a round of applause. You can also imagine, as her son getting these phone calls from police officers or a grocery store because she was caught stealing, or she was passed out in the street and her neighbor called. My anxiety was peaked, and so I really leaned on outdoor recreation. I leaned on skateboarding, and of course my family. And it started to get me thinking about what happened with my mom at a young age that maybe had caused her to end up where she was. And I just kind of thought deeply on that, and I'll save the story, but ultimately what I thought and where I became very passionate about was helping kids develop resilient skills, develop the mental skills that when things go wrong in their lives, because it inevitably will, that they're ready for it. And so we decided to start a nonprofit called Carry On. So we teach resilient skills to these kids, and we do it through action sports and outdoor recreation. And so, yeah, thank you. When we started this, we didn't have much money to start, so we started in our fulfillment center up in Lehigh. They gave us a little 3,000-foot spot to start it in. But once it worked, we thought, okay, now we need to expand. And so we started looking up and down the I-15, Utah County, for a spot to find. And 6 months go by, and nothing. I think when you say you're building a skate park, the landlord's like, nope. And so we were stuck, and I was stressed. And I had a partner, and he was like, we need a spot. Like, we need to lock in a spot. And I was like, I'm trying. I went home and prayed that night. And I had been praying, but this was like one of those, like, we need it. Like, we absolutely need it. 2 weeks prior, I had met a man from the city, Keith Morey, who randomly walked into Thread just to introduce himself. And he asked if there's anything he could do for us. And I said, if you could keep your eyes peeled for a place, that would be awesome. Fast forward, the night after I prayed, I wake up to an email. First thing I read was from Keith Morey. I think I found a spot for you guys. Can you walk through it today? New Skin was selling this building. It's the old Rock Church, and it extends all the way to Center Street. And long story short, we were able to purchase that and start our new headquarters there, not only for Thread, but also for Carry On. So in April, you'll get to see a full skate park where we're teaching kids these lessons, and then on the opposite side, you'll have retail along Center Street for Thread. It's under construction right now, but here's just some screenshots. in an exceptional city. Thank you.